Umaga po sa lahat ng mga grade 11. Nandito na naman po tayo at ako'y magsisimula sa panibagong topic sa psychology, law of effect. Ang gumawa po nito ay ang isang psychologist na si Edward Thorndike. Edward Thorndike's Law of Effect, Part 1. Si Edward Thorndike po was the first to research on the principle of operant conditioning. Although, yung operant conditioning ay hindi po kanyang term. Ang term po na ito ay ginawa po ni B.F. Skinner na nag-research tungkol sa operant conditioning na siya rin ang gumawa ng pangalan na yon. It stresses that a new or continued behaviors can be a product of a new and continued consequences. Sinasabing ang mga ugali daw natin, yung mga how we behave, ay nagiging resulta ng mga bago at patuloy na parang mga consequences ng mga ginawa natin noon. He proved this through his theory of learning known as law of effect. He experimented by putting a hungry cat on a puzzle box with a escape route ending with a fish. Kung makakatakas ito na pusa, ay lalabas siya sa isang lugar na may isda, parang pagkain niya. The first try took the cat some time, but the next successive tries, the cat's time was significantly reduced. Habang paulit-ulit na ginagawa, ay umiiksi ang oras niya papunta doon sa labasan na kung saan may isda. Thorndike learned that the cat learned to limit ineffective actions that makes it easier for the cat to escape. Siyempre, nalalaman na ng pusa kung paano mas mabilis na makakapunta doon sa isda. May style na siya. You will be able to see the sample picture on page 22 of your book. Excuse me po. Edward Thorndike's Law of Effect, Part 2. He also realized that it was not only the stimuli and responses that are associated, but also the behavior that can be modified by the consequences of a behavior. Hindi lang naman po ang tinatawag nating stimulus at saka yung responses ang nagiging that are associated with, but also the behavior, yung nagiging ugali mo ay mababago dahil sa mga patuloy mong ginagawang mga bagay. He also concluded that any behavior can be followed by a pleasant consequences will likely be repeated, but those that results to unpleasant consequences are less likely to be repeated. Siyempre, kapag magaganda ang resulta ng ginagawa mo, most likely uulitin mo. Pero kung medyo may mga palpak at mali kang resulta na nangyayari sa iyo, most likely rin, hindi mo na uulitin yon. If we apply this to a real life situation, we learn from a young age which actions are beneficial and which are detrimental. Kung alin ang nakakatulong sa atin at may mapapakinabang tayo, at alin naman yung mga gawang medyo nakakasakit sa atin at aayawan na natin. We also learn at a young age that crying is tantamount to food. Kapag ang isang baby ay umiiyak, maraming dahilan, siyempre, pwede masakit ang tiyan, pwede masakit ulo niya, o kung ano man. Pero most likely, kapag siya'y umiiyak, madali nating matutukoy na siya'y gutom na. Yun ang pinaka-regular. Lagi na po yun. Minsan, nagkakasakit din. Thus, the desire to have even more. Ngayon, ito si Burrhus Frederick Skinner. Siya po ang meron nagpauso ng word na operant conditioning. Was the one who coined the term operant conditioning and is one of the influential American behaviorists. Contrary to Watson, Skinner believed in internal thoughts and processes na nangyayari sa isip natin. However, as a behaviorist, it is more important to him to study observable rather than internal mental events. Mas maganda niya, mas gusto niyang pag-aaralan yung mga kaya mong obserbahan o mas madali mong obserbahan. He believed that the best way to understand behavior is to look at the causes of the action and its consequences, thus the term operant conditioning. Dahil sa pinag-aaralan niya yung ng mga cause at saka yung effect, ay nakagawa siya ng salitang operant conditioning na sinabayan naman ng nauna nating behaviorist o psychologist. It deals with intentional actions that have an effect on the surrounding environment. Yung mga intentional action, yung mga sinadya mo ay nagkakaroon ng epekto sa surrounding environment natin. By knowing which actions affect what, he proposed that behavior can be shaped and strengthened through the presence of reinforcers that are given at the right time and in the right frequency. Kailangan nasa tamang oras ang bawat gagawin natin. Hindi basta makaulit ka, nasa tamang oras po. Positive and negative reinforcement. Meron po tayong mga ginagawang ganyan. Maaaring hindi natin napupuna yung negative reinforcement, pero ang mga positive reinforcement ay mas madalas na sinasadya natin. Skinner conducted an experiment by putting a rat inside a Skinner's box. Kung ang sa nauna nating psychologist, ang ginamit niya ay pusa, ngayon naman ay daga. A lever was placed on the side of a box. As the hungry rats roam around the box, it would knock the lever. The rats quickly learned, and instead of moving around, they immediately go to the lever after it was put in the box. Skinner attributed the quick learning to the positive reinforcement that they get. Medyo mukhang may na limutan akong ilagay dito. It has something to do with electricity, I guess. There was also a concept of negative reinforcement. A rat was placed in a Skinner's box planted with electric shock. Ito na yon. Nilagyan niya ng kuryente. The minute the rat felt the shock, it will roam around until he accidentally knocked the lever, which will result to switching off the shock. Meron siyang mababangga na mapupuntahang isang lever na kapag napuntahan niya yon, mamamatay ang kuryente. Therefore, hindi na siya magkukuryente. Wala nang electric shock na magaganap. After successive trials, the rat learned that switching off the shock entails knocking off the lever. Yun ang natututunan ng daga. We must use the negative reinforcement sparingly. Hindi ganun kadalas, while positive reinforcement should be emphasized. So therefore, ang magiging resulta natin, ang aral po natin is dapat kung magbibigay kayo ng reinforcement, sa negative reinforcement, mas konti dapat ang parusa. Samantalang kapag positive reinforcement, yung gantimpala ay dapat na mas madalas. Pero it should be at the right time, sabi nga. Schedules of reinforcement. Dapat may tamang schedule. It must be at the right time. It has been proven that positive and negative reinforcements are effective ways to strengthen the desired behavior. Kung gusto mong makuha ang isang bagay, dapat may positive na reinforcement kang ibibigay, tao man yan o hayop, at saka may negative din. However, the frequency and schedule of giving the reinforcement also plays a critical part. May punto din yon. Hindi madalas. Paminsan-minsan lang. Pero the question will be, gaano kadalas ang minsan? According to the behaviorist, frequency and schedule of reinforcement affect the speed of learning and extinction rate of learned behavior. Mas madali kang matututo kung ikaw ay mayroong reinforcement. But kapag wala, mas madalas din na mabilis mong malimutan. Thus, it must be given at the right time. Madali ring nawawala ang mabilis na natututunan. Kasi lahat naman po tayo nakakalimot, di po ba? Some applications of operant conditioning. Acquisition or removal of phobias. Ang mga may phobia dyan, kasama na ako, is makakatulong ang operant conditioning. Ang problem nga lang ay hindi ko alam kung paano. Because I myself, may phobia ako sa patay. Tao man o hayop. How can I remove it? I don't know how. Some psychologists must be able to teach me how. Classroom management. Nasa teachers na po yun. Ang mga estudyante ay dapat na matuto na mag-aral na mabuti depending on the teacher. Development of good study habits. Medyo maraming estudyante akong may masamang study habits. Parang ako nung nag-aaral ako. Pero maaalis natin yan kapag mayroong tamang behaviorist o psychologist na tutulong sa atin. Unlearning of bad study habits. Now, kasama na po yung unlearning, yung aalisin natin yung mga masamang study habits natin. Hindi lang study habits siguro, mga masamang nakagawian. Operant conditioning stresses that new or continued behavior can be a product of a new or continued consequences. Meron tayong mga ugali na nagiging resulta ng mga naong napang nakagawian natin. For a certain behavior to strengthen, it needs to either be positively or negatively reinforced. Kailangan tama ang parusa, tama ang gantimpala o gantimpalo na ibibigay natin sa mga ugaling ito. The efficiency of reinforcer depends on when it is given. Ang pinag-uusapan na dito sa huling sentence ay yung reinforcer. Mag-i-implement ng gantimpala o gantimpalo. Kapag nailagay niya sa tamang oras, most likely, positive ang result. Pero kapag mali ang oras, basta't bigay lang ng bigay, most likely, failure. Behaviorism, or shall I say behaviorism, emphasizes that individuals are born tabula rasa. Kapag sinabi po nating tabula rasa, yung ang ating utak noong baby pa tayo, nung ipanganak tayo, completely walang laman. Meaning, hindi naman walang laman. Meron din tiyak tayong alam nung napakaliit ng alam natin kasi iiyak tayo. Di alam natin nasasaktan tayo. Alam natin gutom tayo. But it is tabula rasa. Completely halos blank. As such behaviors learned through environment. Mga ugali natin na natututunan natin sa paligid. Yan ay isang katotohanan. Because it is learned, it can be modified, po pwedeng mabago natin. It can be shaped or unlearned, po pwede nating madagdagan pa, mabago, or maalis sa ating ugali. Behaviors that bring about good experiences are positively reinforced and tend to be received, while those that produce undesirable effects are unlearned. Palagay ko naman po lahat tayo. Kapag mga bagay na masama ang epekto sa atin, alam natin na inaalis natin yun. Kaya nga po minsan kapag New Year na ay may New Year's resolution tayo na hindi ko nagagawin to, hindi ko nagagawin yon. Because we desire to unlearn something. May gusto tayong alisin sa atin. At yun ang huling parte ng aking topic sa umagang ito. Sa libro po ninyo, may makikita kayong pages diyan na 25 to 26 sa inyong libro. Schedules of reinforcements. Yan po ay sasagutan nyo lang hindi yan makakakuha ng 10 minutes of your time. Isang napakaiksing activity lang yan. And of course, I do not need to give you a long period of time para ipasa. It will be answered in just 2 days. I'll give you 2 days to answer beginning the time na matanggap nyo na ang activity na ito. Good morning po sa inyong lahat and have a nice day ahead.